Hey, I love it. Yes. All right. Hey. Mhm. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Let's start this party. We'll start this party. Let's start this party. Hey. All right. Mm-hmm. I love it. Hey. Mm-hmm. Yes. You know what's so funny? I made that little beat up yesterday. Yes, yesterday or day before yesterday. And if you have not subscribed to the podcast, you can find out I have a link somewhere where you can join and go check out the podcast because I do podcast for Spotify and Anchor and Apple and all the other iHeart. And anyway, you can go and get a hold of the podcast because I try to do those at least a few times a month. And that song, I was playing it, and the first 3 minutes, I just partied. I mean, that just partied hard. But it didn't come out the song. So I'm hoping that you guys on YouTube actually get to hear the beat that I'm jamming out so much too in all the podcast and videos that I've been making. So we're going to quickly go over where the planets are because I am going to do my best to do readings for you guys for December. Why? Because it's the 30th of November and tomorrow is December 1st. It came upon me without me realizing it. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh. Now, I had did 3 Venus or romance-like readings with special card pulls. I'm just going to call those special bonus readings because I'm going to have to do the monthly readings tonight or at least get started on them. And then I'll do romance readings for December at another time. I am so sorry, you guys, but there's only so much time. And I really want to get to the monthlies. Okay. Okay. But anyway, let's talk about where the planets are because it's Wednesday. I want to really talk about this, get it out of the way and get it done. Why? Because all I can see is the opposition right now. What is that opposition? Venus opposite Mars right now, at this moment. It's happening. Yes, it is. Venus is opposite Mars right this minute. Exactly. At 18 degrees. 18 degrees and 49 minutes and 18 degrees and 46 minutes. Is that an exact opposition? Oh, yes, it is. So I'm wondering how it's manifesting. How is this opposition manifesting out there for you? Anyone who's had any weird experiences or they want to talk about anything, I'm wondering if it has something to do with politics. Why am I saying that? Because politics is very Sagittarius. Sagittarius, or the ninth house, rules politicians, it rules politics. And I mean, I can go deep into this because I mean, I don't like talking about it too much because I'm not a political astrologer. However, I did pull the horoscope chart of Donald Trump. I did. Who hasn't done it? And he's a Gemini, and he has a lot of planets in the 12th house near his first house, and it was just I felt like his chart, the way it felt to me was that a lot of him is in the 12th house of this country. It's a Cancer country. Let's not forget that Gemini is in the 12th house of Cancer. I think, I mean, I'm an astrologer, so I look at it astrologically, and the man is bad news for the country as a whole. He's in the 12th house. Hello? Can anybody hear me? Okay? I anyway, because I don't understand why people don't get it. And it goes deeper than that. Oh, there's so many prophecies and things that I talked about over the course of the last 6 years that a lot of people haven't really listened to, but the fact that we are replaying almost, we were on the trajectory to repeat what was happening in Nazi Germany. It has to do with Uranus and Taurus, by the way. Happens every 84 years or so or whatever. And so it started when Uranus got into Taurus. But look, I that's a whole different conversation. I don't want to go into that. However, I cannot negate the fact that we've got multiple planets in Sagittarius opposing Gemini. Okay. There are some planets opposing this Mars and Gemini. And the way I personally believe it, it's going to work out for, this dude, um, the ex-president person, is that, I think a lot of is coming out right now. And I think people have to seriously consider if that's a road they want to go back down. Why go back down a bad road? It is definitely a 12th house road. And what do they call the house, the 12th house? The house of self-doing. It's the house of undoing. Okay, it causes the demise of everything connected to it usually. And it also can indicate prison time. So I don't know about that, but I will say, on top of that opposition, which I've talked about now for several moments, I have to say at this very moment, with the moon at 17 degrees of Pisces, it is setting up a T square. So we have a T square between Pisces and Sagittarius and Mars in Gemini. Now, I hope I don't wish any ill will on anyone. So I hope his health is going to be okay and that he'll be okay. I mean, I don't want to wish ill will upon anyone, but this doesn't, anyone involved in that kind of T square might feel that in a really heavy way. Now, I personally have been feeling like, I don't know, like my heart has been beating faster or palpitating weird. Now, I did have the, COVID booster like a week or two ago, right before Thanksgiving. And so, I don't know if that's part of it, but every once in a while, I just feel like I have to catch my breath, like, gotta catch my breath, right? Gotta catch my breath. So I just feel like that could be part of it. Don't forget Mars in Gemini, that's ruling air. We're talking about Gemini air. Now, as if that T square is not enough, we've got to now throw Saturn into this picture because Saturn at 19 degrees and it is trine that Mars, okay? It is. And it's sextile Venus and it's sextile Mercury. And it's not making any connection to the moon, but it's definitely supporting these planets, okay? So I do feel like there's this tension, there's this stress. The outlet might be something in Aquarius, but let's not forget we've been dealing with Saturn in Sagittarius for the last year and a half, 2 years. It is about restriction, right? We know what that feels like, restriction of our independence, restriction of like expansions, and I just a really social restriction. So I'm wondering if that's going to play a part in things. This social restriction, let's not forget Mars is retrograding in Gemini, so it's going backwards, and that means whatever we're going through now, and it's going to eventually boomerang, come back around, and cross over these degrees again. So this is like a foreshadowing or like the opening act of whatever is going on with Saturn and maybe Mars and whatever's going on here. But there's definitely a T square today. Definitely, right this minute, there is a T square. And maybe you feel it. Where are the signs of Pisces in 17, 18 degrees? Pisces, Sagittarius, and Gemini. That's where this is all playing out right now. Okay. Now the sun is at 9 degrees of Sagittarius. It's out of any type of it's actually still in the loop with Venus and Mars because the sun gets a 10-degree orb. And on top of that, the sun is trine Chiron. And Chiron's in Aries at 12 degrees. definitely trine it, and it's retrograding, so it's going back toward an exact trine. And the funny thing about the Sun trine Chiron, Chiron is like a asteroid of or planetoid of tears. That's what I look at. If I want to know where someone's crying, I just look at where the Chiron is, and it tells me exactly where they cry. I know in my chart, it's in my second house of money, and it's where it cries. It's where I worry about and whine about and what I'm always trying to heal. And that's what Chiron represents. When it touches the sun, there could be some ego healing going on. Like the base of you has to be healed for whatever reason. And you might feel this like, oh, I got to heal this pain, this wound, this self inflicted wound, maybe a wound inflicted by others, not non acceptance could be issues that come up, especially if you have the sun in your first house or Chiron in your first house. I happen to have Chiron. This is right on my progressed ascendant. So it's about coming to grips, I think, with just accepting and loving myself as I am, regardless. And regardless of what others think of me. And you might have to go through that too. This might be something that we all have to go through as a collective. It could be about the understanding or acceptance of ourselves and others. So that could be part of it. Okay. So I wanted to go over that because it was just like maybe the first 6, 7 planets or luminaries and planets. They're all dinging off of each other like that. And that I had to discuss it. Jupiter is still technically sextile Pluto. They're only 2 degrees away. I like the fact that Jupiter and Pluto are sextile. That's pleasant. That's a lot of harmonious and easygoing experiences. Jupiter being pleasant, it's direct noun. Pluto being powerful, it's direct noun. So Jupiter sextile that Pluto is a very powerfully maybe pleasant experience. So take advantage of that. We've got Uranus conjunct the North Node still. Uranus is retrograding, going back toward an exact conjunction with the North Node. The funny thing is, the North Node tells us what we're supposed to do, what we're supposed to learn how to do. And Uranus is just sudden and impulsive and unexpected. So I do feel that some people may be suddenly making sudden and erratic and impulsive decisions about what it is they want to do. Maybe it really huge life changes, big career changes, different ways of doing things. I know my daughter hates it when I use her as an example. My daughter is a 6-figure big business owner, but she decided that she wanted to get a burlesque certification. She decided to join a burlesque. I mean, who does that? Who goes from I'm the boss and I run, multi-figure company to I'm going to go on stage as a burlesque performer. This is so Uranus and the North Node conjunct. That's what I'm talking about. Out of the blue, sudden, unexpected behavior coming from people, especially when it's about what it is that they ultimately might want to do, what they bring to the world. Taurus rules the second house. And the second house talks about what you bring, like what you offer, what you have to give, what your skills are. What you bring to the table, what you have to offer. And I think a lot of people are dealing with those issues. Like, what do I bring to the table? What do I have to offer? How can I make myself different than my counterparts? How can I make myself stand out? How can I do this differently? So a lot of people are in that mindset anyway right now. And so we're experiencing that. Neptune is at 22 degrees of Pisces. It's retrograding. And it's really, it too is involved in everything going on with the mutable planet. So Neptune at 22 degrees retrograding is actually making connections to Mercury in Sagittarius exact square, Venus in Sagittarius square, and Mars and Gemini square. This Neptune is squaring the whole thing. Also, Neptune is conjunct the moon. That's in 17 degrees of Pisces. And so it's involved in the T square. So I'm going to add the moon and Neptune conjoined in this T square. Okay, stop the car. I got it. I know what this is about. You know, Saturn and Gemini are thinking signs. Gemini literally is ruled by Mercury. It's a thinking planet. And it thinks. I mean, Gemini thinks anyway, right? But Sagittarius rules the ninth house of higher education. And they're normally right about most things because they're highly educated. So it's about facts, it's about education, it's about knowledge, right? But here comes the moon and Neptune conjoined in their nebulous state of uncertainty and illusion and delusion. And right now, we could be dealing with that. It's not exact yet, but it's going to be over the next few hours, which is delusion, the fantasy, maybe inspiration, but it's definitely these moon and Neptune squaring the planets in Sagittarius and Gemini. Yeah, that's Mars, Venus, Mercury. They're all square Neptune and the moon. So there's friction here. There's stress here. Sometimes stress makes us do things. So maybe if you're, I don't know, maybe wanting to work on something that you are, you have vision, right? You have to have vision for and inspiration and something magical that happens. This would be the time, okay? I would do that only because squares like that, yeah, they're stressful, but they usually create something magical. I mean, it gets you off your butt, it gets you doing stuff, because a lot of times we don't do anything, right? We just let things happen. And I think with a square, it gives us the impetus to do things, to do what sometimes what needs to be done, okay? Anyway, this has been Adrienne, Capricorntigress of Astrology, a look inside, discussing where the planets are, because we all need to know where they are, what they're doing. I mean, that's the basis of astrology, so I like to at least do that. So let's talk about, we're going to do some cards. I'm going to do some cards. Okay. And I want to do something different, but I know I got to do the basic card reading for. I'll do this card deck. I have not used this one for ages. Let me see. Maybe I'll use this one. I hope all the cards are here, because I have not used this in a long time. We're going to start with the sign of Sagittarius, because it's Sagittarius season. Let's pray I have enough energy to do everything I need to do tonight, because you know me, if I run out of energy, I'm running out of the reading. I'm going to end it where I ended and call it a day. I tell you what, let's put on that fun music while I do the shuffle, okay? Oh. Hey. Hey, we're doing Sagittarius Sagittarius. 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 Give me one more. There it is. Oh, okay. Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm just gonna shut the music down unceremoniously because I want to just get through this because, like I said, my breathing is not that great and I don't know how long I'm gonna be able to do this. Without it affecting me. We had a snowstorm. We had over 36,000 people with their power out here. I feel blessed to be able to do the readings. I feel blessed to be able to come here tonight. I came late, but I'm here, and that's all that matters, right? So the first card you got, Sagittarius, I love this. And no matter what else I tell you throughout this reading, believe me when I say this, you're you're good. Okay, you got the best card in the deck, the 10 of Pentacles. To me, it's one of my favorite cards, if not my favorite card. I think the 6 of Wands is my favorite card because I love that you get to be in the spotlight with that. But in this case, we have the 10 of Pentacles, and I call this the everything card. Why? Because you get everything. You literally get everything. You get the money, you get the relationship, you get the children, you get the home, you get the love, you get the travel. You get the 401k, the beach house, you get it all. You get it all. And look, it's crossed by the Page of Wands. This is so much creativity. And I think this is showing how you can be creative in getting it all. Very creative in getting it all. Really, maybe learning something new or making some new announcement or something. Yeah, another page. Yeah, look at that, Page of Cups. I just sense someone is learning something, doing it differently, being creative. When you got the Page of Wands and the Page of Cups, these are like conversations, I think, also, or maybe learning experiences, opportunities to learn how to do things to do better. And here's the King of Wands. I love this. King of Wands is that jovial king. And you want to know who else the King of Wands is? The King of Wands is you, Sagittarius. The King of Wands is you. You showed up right there in your reading, and right after it, it's the Chariot. This is so much good luck. Like, it just starts out with luck and creativity and you and all of this. But look, there is a 5 of Pentacles here. I think some Saggies are worried about money. They're worried about whether or not they're going to be victorious, if they'll experience this Chariot or not and be the King of Wands. But I'm telling you, you've got this. There is the 4 of Wands here, and everyone loves the 4 of Wands because, look, they're celebrating. It's another celebration card, and it's in the current position. So you start out celebrating, and in the current position, you're celebrating. You might have been through something, right? I'm not saying you haven't been through something, but you're definitely celebrating now, Sagittarius. And I swear, every celebration card, look, here it is again, 3 of Cups. Celebrating. It's Sagittarius season. I can understand why you are. But my goodness, this is nothing but goodness and light. Now, here's the 7 of Wands. So I'm thinking with this. Now, this could be you like sticking at something and working yourself to death, but no. I really believe that what this really is about you sticking in there and having integrity to experience all this. Like, maybe you're not experiencing this at the moment of hearing this reading. But this is your potential in December. all of this goodness I've read up to now. So do hang in there. Like, have integrity here. Don't give up. Because there's a lot of positivity that wants to come to you. So don't give up. There is a hangman. Take this time to really get in your center, like pray and meditate and listen to binaural beats and all the different things that you might have to do to keep yourself motivated in that way. But do that. Like, yeah, do whatever you have to do to stay motivated and not to feel like all hope is lost, because it's not. It's not. You've got so much potential. You just are not aware of it. You had the King of Wands, the Page of Wands. There's so much fire here. And you're a Sagittarius. That's amazing. But what I loved about this is you only had 2 major arcana. You had the Chariot and you had the Hangman. And the Chariot is luck, Saggy. Chariot is luck. And the Hangman is you waiting to get in your center, to get, organized, and then make whatever decision you have to make. And look, 9 of Wands on the bottom. Isn't that about planning, strategy, preparation? And I think that's what this Hangman wants you to do. Hang back a little bit, find your center, plan, prepare, organize, get ready for it. And then it'll come to fruition. Okay. All right. So that's my basic reading for you tonight. My heart is racing, or I don't know what that is, if it's my breathing, if it's my heart, whatever. But I'm just going to do these short readings tonight so I can get them done for December. And this has been the short reading I'm doing for the sign of Sagittarius. I hope that resonated with you, Saggy. And if you haven't done so, be sure to like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell so you know when I'm going live, right? So you know when I'm going live, all right? Much love to you. Many blessings to you, Saggy. And be sure to go by astrologyaLookInside.com and subscribe. Subscribe for our newsletter, okay? Okay, bye. So we're doing the next sign, which is the sign of Capricorn. Our beloved Capricorn. I am a double Capricorn in Western astrology, and therefore I have a vested interest in doing this reading for Capricorns. Also, I like to point out that I am a Western astrologer. So if you are into like Eastern astrology, any kind of Hindu astrology, and you wonder why I say what I say, it's because I'm a Western astrologer, which is completely different than Eastern astrology. People don't realize that. But I tell them this all the time. In Eastern astrology, they say I'm a double Sagittarius, and I'm born January 5th. And we all know in Western astrology, January 5th is a Capricorn. There ain't no getting around it. It's always a Capricorn. But in Eastern astrology, they have January 5th as a double Sagittarius. And that's what I mean. That's what's going on. That's how important it is that you know that, if you're listening to Western or Eastern. Okay. Oh, wow. So I just got the tower upside down. I'm going to go ahead and stop right there. Did my lights just flicker? You guys, let me just tell you this. I will put an end to, I will shut this down in a moment's heartbeat, okay? Because we got 36,000 people without power. I think they might have restored it now, but I mean, last night there were many people without power. And I don't want to be in that situation. I'm feeling cold on my legs and I'm thinking, did my heater go out? So if I suddenly stop this, you'll know why. Anyway, I can't believe this because the last sign, which is Saggy, I just got this as their first card, and I just shuffled, and guess what? I got as your first card. Your 10 of Pentacles, Capricorn. This is your 10 of Pentacles. Okay. Because Capricorn, you're ruled by the Pentacles. So look, this is everything. Capricorn, you're going to get everything. Everything. I'm talking the money, the house, the car, the love, the relationship, everything, the travel, the commitment, the children, everything, whatever it is you want. You're going to get, and you've got all the tools you need to make it happen. Here's the Magician. Look at that. All the tools you need to have everything you want. Everything. It's right here. So no matter what else I'm about to tell you, remember that. This is what this whole reading is really about. No matter what else I say, it's about you getting everything and knowing you've got the tools to get it all. Okay? So the next card I got was about this broken heart. I just sense betrayal, and I have been feeling it. I know what's happening. It could be in love. It could be some romance where you're feeling betrayed. It could be friendship. It could be any of that. Okay, just know this. But I don't want you to forget that you've got all the tools you need to overcome all of this. This could be something in your past. You might be getting over having this broken heart from your past, and that just could be part of it. There's the Strength card next. Like, yeah, I sense this is something you've been through. I feel like you need to know that you have the strength to get over this, whatever it was. Like, you've got the power to get over this. You've got the ability and the strength to overcome this, whatever it is. Whatever it is, you're strong. Also, when you use your passions in what you're pursuing, I think that's going to help you to get it as well. Oh, look, and here it is, the Wheel of Fortune. This is like having a lotto card. In any direction you go, you've got success coming, Capricorn. And let us not forget, as we go into December, by the 21st of December, we'll be in Capricorn. Okay, by what, 20th? I think 9th. I think it's the 21st, 20th, something like that. Yeah, Capricorn might be the 19th or 20th, I think. But that Wheel of Fortune is like having a lotto ticket in your back pocket. You can definitely win. Okay, you've got all the tools you need to win, including the Ten of Pentacles, the Magician, and so far the Wheel of Fortune and the Strength card. You've got all the tools you need to win, Capricorn. And I think you're going to be moving away from whatever has not been serving you, whatever's been causing you emotional and psychological and physical stress and pain. You'll be moving away from that and moving towards something that serves you more. When I believe when you're creative, you are literally pregnant with new ideas, Capricorn. I think when you implement these new ideas, when you put these things into motion, I think this is when you are going to win. You have the Empress in your current position. It's like, it's a very emotional, feminine energy, and also very creative. Right after Queen of Swords. So you might be cutting something off that isn't working, right? Sometimes we have to do that. Like, in order to attain your Ten of Pentacles, you might have to let something go to get that. Look at this star next, pouring out the emotions. Yeah, letting go of what's not working. You had the Six of Swords there. Yeah, just moving away from it, letting it go. It's not working. Letting it go. Letting it go, right? I think it's time, and with the star also, don't forget, one of the reasons I love the star is because it's like you hit yourself onto a star, onto what it is that you want to happen, and you stay there. Now look, the last card was the Tower in reverse. It fell on the floor. It came up in reverse, and it's evilness. There's some kind of evilness or jealousy or vileness, something happening, and you just got to watch out for it because it is happening. Okay. So you guys look, as I'm doing this, I am really out of breath. So I am going to end it after this. I'm so sorry. I am so out of breath right now. You have no idea. And I might go and take a inhaler or something because this doesn't feel right. So let me you had so many major arcana. Oh my gosh, Capricorn. Uh the Magician. Okay, you had the Magician, the Strength card, the Wheel of Fortune, the Empress, and the Star. I feel like, look, you've got all the tools you need. You're strong. You have this ability. You've got the luck. You have the creativity, and you've got the dream. You just have to watch out for the evilness and the vileness that might be surrounding you, Capricorn. On the bottom of the deck, the Lover's card. The Lover. Could be some decisions you have to make about love, right? Okay. Anyway, you guys, I'm gonna go. I'm feeling dizzy. My heart is palpitating. I am out of here. I will be back when I feel better to do more reading.